Alright, so you guys are wondering how I mount this camera onto this dog, like you've seen in some of my other videos. I'm gonna show you exactly how I do it. All right, for camera settings, this is very important, and this one you must follow. So first off, you're gonna swipe up. You're gonna have your frame rate set to 60 FPS. What this does, it gives you ability to do slow motion shots. If you were to shoot at a lower frame rate, such as 30 or 24, you're not gonna be able to have that smooth slow motion video. So you wanna shoot it at 60. Not only that, but this is gonna give you a lot more stable footage. So you wanna have that high frame rate for smoother playback. If not, your footage is going to look very shaky and unstable. Next thing, resolution. I choose the highest resolution possible. For the Insta360 X4, it goes with a 5.7K at 60 FPS. 360 cameras, you do a lot of zooming in and out. You don't want to lose that video quality when you're doing that. So first, we're going to talk about the harness. This harness right here, I bought it on Amazon. I went through about 3 or 4 different harnesses before I found one that works. You're going to want to get this exact one. I'm going to have the link in the description, and I'll show you exactly why when I put it on my dog. But first, we're going to go over how I built it. So you're going to need a cheese plate mount. That's what this black thing is right here. The reason why you want this, it gives you multiple mounting options. This little adapter piece that screws into your camera, and you screw that into this. Okay, how I put this together, all I did was cheese plate, and then I traced the foam around it and I cut it. So it's the same exact width and everything as the cheese plate. Next thing I did is I put the cheese plate and I put the foam and I mounted it onto my harness where I wanted it. And then I simply poked a hole. There's 4 holes on the side of this. I poked a hole directly through that and through the harness. There's 2 different ways you can secure it. You can either use a string and tie it down, sew it down really good, or you can use zip ties, which is what I did. All right, you can see here how I rounded out the foam to contour to my dog's back. This is gonna align on their spine better. It's gonna be a lot more comfortable, and it's gonna reduce the side-to-side shaking when your dog is running. So this is very important. Do not skip this step. Also, you'll see underneath here, I put a foam padding to cover up. Underneath here is little, kind of like how this is, except on this side, you don't want that rubbing directly on your dog. I put this on here, that way it's not rubbing on her. Now, you can also use string, and that's what I recommend doing, is getting a string, threading it through these holes, and that's gonna give you a better result. Me, I was lazy to do that, but I'm actually gonna change. I'm gonna cut these off pretty soon, and I'm gonna tie it with a string. That way it's more comfortable for the dog. All right, next, mounting position. You want this to be as far back on the harness as possible, okay? The reason why you want it far back and not forward, if you mount it forward on your dog's back, it's going to be sitting on their shoulder blades. When they run, their shoulders are going to move that camera a lot. It's going to sway. You're not going to have stable footage. The camera's going to be swaying side to side really bad. So you want it to sit towards the center of the back, okay? So that's why we mount it back on the harness and not forward. Now I'm going to mount this onto her, and I'm going to show you exactly what we're working with. Okay guys, now we have the harness mounted on there. Or just stand. Stand. All right. So I'm going to show you why I chose this harness. So we have 1, 2, 3 different straps on each side. So this gives you a lot more stability. A bunch of the other ones I tried had only 1 or 2 or whatever. But the reason you want that stability is because it keeps the harness from moving a lot. If I had only 2, this is going to slide around a bunch. So that's why I bought this harness. This harness is also one of the cheapest on Amazon. And you're going to be cutting into this. So you don't want to get an expensive harness. This one's also very comfortable. You don't want to have it too tight. You see, it's snug, but it's not strangling her, okay? We don't want to strangle our dog. Next, you can see here with this foam piece, it sits in with her back. If I just mounted this plate directly onto the harness, it's not going to be very stable. Imagine trying to balance this on a triangle. It's not going to work. So you want to have the foam. It's going to help absorb shock. It's going to keep the camera more stable, and it's going to be more comfortable for your dog. All right, so now all you got to do is mount the camera to the dog. This is very easy, but there's 2 different ways. I'm going to show you the first one. First one is vertically. So you have screw hole right here. This is the adapter. And like I said, with this cheese plate, you can move the camera around wherever. depending on how you want. If you want it more forward, you want it more backwards, you have that ability. But all you do, and that's it. You're ready to film. So let me show you the second method. And this might be better for you. So the next way you can mount this, you're gonna need a cage. Okay, we have our cage on. And you can also mount it same way. You can mount it vertically. But the reason why you want this cage is because look right here, you can also mount it horizontally, okay? So all we're gonna do is screw this in and boom. All right, so what's the benefit of having it horizontal compared to having it mounted vertically? You're gonna be more stable. So if you have it mounted vertically, it's gonna sway side to side a lot more. So if the dog's running, it's gonna sway. If you have it mounted horizontally, center of gravity is lower. Look at that, it's so much more stable. And this might be better for you. It's gonna give you a little bit lower view, but that's fine. Some dogs don't have a big head. Some dogs don't sit up tall. My dog's head sits up pretty high. So it depends on your dog. Most people are gonna prefer this method. And the benefit of having this cheese plate, you see how the lens is kind of oriented towards the side of the dog? It's not exactly center. So if I wanted to, I could take this off and I can move this side to side. So I can put it right here in this hole and the lens will be more in line with her body. So that's another reason why you want this cheese plate. It gives you multiple options to mount. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's how you do it. That's how I get my videos. If you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions, and I'll be glad to answer them.